All right, so this is my Andor Season 1, Episode 1 review. Um, so it starts off with a man walking to a establishment. We don't know who the man is yet or what the establishment is. And there's a greeter there. I'm not going to even say he's a bouncer because, well, we haven't seen him bounce anybody. But the man walks in and immediately takes down his hood. We see it's Andor. It's Cassian Andor. He walks in and he orders a drink. And this was very strange about the bouncer. No credits? Wait. How do you pay for stuff? But anyway. So he walks in. He's talking first to the bartender, and apparently the bartender is showing him merchandise. And as he's watching it, he's also paying attention to these two men who are just sitting there and basically harassing him. And yet they can't understand why he keeps looking at them. Which I had that question as well. So a woman comes up to him. Now I don't know if she's the owner or if she's just one of the workers. And he asks her questions, and the guards are a bit miffed because she went straight to Cassian Andor rather than those two who had been waiting. You know, they were already there. And so she mentioned one of the girls said, she'll be with you, and they're like, we don't want her. So, yeah, if I was that girl, I would have their asses thrown out because, I mean, you could have been nicer about it. But anyway, so he's asking this woman he's looking for his sister. He's saying that he heard that there was a girl from Canary here. And she said, yes, there was a girl from Canary, but she left months ago. And now she's getting concerned that who is this guy I'm talking to? Because obviously she doesn't want to sick a jealous husband or boyfriend onto this girl. She wants her to be safe, but at the same time she has no idea where she is or what her name is. Because apparently nobody uses their real name. Okay? So Andor mentions that he's looking for his sister. And like I said, he keeps looking at these two guys. And I finally looked at the closed captionings, and they referred to them as guards. So, okay, he probably either did something, or because he's part of the resistance, that they're probably Imperial, and, you know, he might have done something, and he just doesn't want their kind of trouble. Now, he walks out, and the two guards go after him, and they're telling him, you know, he needs to show ID, blah, 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 blah. They're just being all around asses and bullies. And so Andor says that he has money in his pocket, and they're like, oh, that just so happens to be hush money, basically. because they said, oh, that's this fee, that's that fee. It was hush money. So one of them, Verlo, goes to retrieve the money because Andor says, I don't want any surprises. I'm not the one who's going into my pocket to get the money. You have to come. And these two, being complete morons, whether it's because of the drink or because in order to work for the Empire, you have to be an idiot. Because he does that, and Cassian Andor makes short work of them. He does end up killing Verlo with a headbutt. I guess he just happened to land wrong when he fell, because, damn. And so this other guy is basically begging for his life, saying, oh, we can tell the authorities this, that, and the other thing. And Cassian Andor just shoots him. Which, like I said, until I turned on closed captioning and went back and watched that, I'm like, what the hell is going on? But, oh, they're guards. They're probably Imperial guards. Okay, fine. And so he leaves. And the next day, we see this robot that looks like a trash can. And he's running around. Now, this is on a different planet. The first planet was Morlana 1. This is some Ferrex. And at first I thought, wait a minute, is this just, are these planets or just different districts on the same planet? Because it seemed really, really quick how we went from one planet to another. So, but no, this is another planet. So this droid goes to Cassian, calls him Casa, and Cassian is having a dream. He is dreaming of him and his sister on Canary, or is it just Kanar? And of course, they're speaking Canary, so hell if I'm going to understand a word. And they witness the whole group, the whole tribe, witnesses a plane crashing, a ship crashing. And it didn't look like there was an adult in sight. Even the one who they showed later on seemingly being the head of the group, she didn't look like she was an adult. Now, I look a lot younger than I am, so it's possible that it's one of those things that she's older than she just happens to look. But anyway, so then we get back to the present. It's because the past is obviously Cassian with his sister, the sister that he's looking for. Now, I'm a bit confused about that because he said he's been part of the resistance since he was 6. This seems to be an older Cassian and doesn't look like he's part of the rebellion. And this looks like a paradise planet. So, I don't know. So he wakes up, the droid wakes him up, and he asks him, where were you? And he doesn't exactly say. But he asks the droid to lie for him. And this was weird. He says, do you have the energy to lie, to tell a lie? And then he was disappointed to find out it's actually 2 lies that he has to do. okay, I didn't realize a droid telling a lie uses up more energy, but okay. And so then Cassian goes to find his friend, whom the droid said came looking for him last night. And he immediately tells his friend, "This is the lie I want you to tell about last night." And he goes with it. He's like, "I have no idea why you're asking me to do this, but okay, fine." And so then Cassian goes to visit his friend Bix, and he's asking her if her friend can come, like, now, because he has this Imperial, I guess, navigation device. And that, you said that your friend wanted to meet me anyways, so, can I, get him over here so I can get this off my hands? Which leads me to think that that's why he was watching those guards. He was watching those guards because maybe he had that on him at the time, and he was afraid they would find it. I'm assuming, because obviously he's in shady black market stuff. So Bix goes off to call her friend, and her boyfriend is super jealous and asks Cassian, what he's doing. She doesn't look happy. Cassian's like, yeah, she could take care of herself. Which the boyfriend's not happy about because, he keeps telling him that, and it's like, dude, how about you let your girlfriend pick her own battles. Let her defend herself if she needs to. So, based on the way they reacted with that closeness, I'm guessing that there's history between them. So maybe that's why he's jealous, because he's afraid that there's something going on between them again. But anyway, he's following Bix to wherever she's going, and it looks like she's going to hail her friend so he could come, so Cassian could give him whatever it is that he has for him. And Bix, her boyfriend is following her until he runs into someone and loses her. So I guess that means he doesn't know that she does black market shit. And so then we see Cassian at a junkyard. Apparently that's how he got the ship to go to Morlana 1 from Ferrix, was he used this ship. And now he was upgrading the systems in hopes that he could borrow it again. And the person who is working at the junkyard told him, no, you're done. And I don't know if it's because somebody asked him about what was going on. I assume his boss. But he said no. No, you're done. I don't want to know why you needed the ship, but you're not using it again. And that's how the story ended for this episode. But let's backtrack to those guards that Andor killed. There is the chief inspector of that sector is being confronted by his deputy chief, and he is he is, the deputy was poring over footage of the murder, and he wants to get to the bottom of it. The chief inspector wants to look good to his higher up, so he's going to make up a story. Now, funnily enough, his made up story isn't that far from the truth. I mean, it's still slimy that he's like, yeah, we want to keep our murder rates down because we don't want the higher ups to think that we're not doing a good job. However, like I said, he wasn't that far off in his guess as to what happened, which is that they should not have been there to begin with because they're not supposed to be in a brothel. They were probably spending more money than they had any business having, which implies that they were shady cops to begin with. And they picked a fight with the wrong person, which is all true. But I also agree with the deputy inspector who, despite all that, this is still a murder, even though they asked for it. It's still a murder, you know? And it's possible they actually had people who cared about him who want to know what happened. So yeah, I kind of agree with both sides here. God, being a sociologist sucks. But so yeah, I agree with him. I mean, he's a bit, well, I wouldn't use the word eager, but he's a little intense. You know, telling people, you know, oh, do this, and they're like, yeah, this is going to take all night. Well, you know, because he was willing to stay up all night to find out that this murder even took place and all the details that he had to begin with. So he decides that everybody should be that intent on their job, whereas the people who work around him really couldn't give two shits. Unless something major happens, they really don't care. So, they eventually find out that the ship came from Ferrex. And they go to the witnesses and, they ask the witnesses about the suspect, about Cassian Andor. And they mentioned that he had said that he is from Canary. So now they put a APB out on blast for Cassian Andor. So we'll have to see what happens with that. And the last we see of the flashback is that they're all putting on what looks like war paint. And like I said, these all look like kids, and doesn't look like there's an adult amongst them. And Cassian also wants to put on the paint, and one of the guys tries to stop him, and the girl, who I guess is the leader, lets Cassian do the war paint. And so all the kids go off. I assume it has something to do with the plane they saw go down, with the ship they saw go down. But that's the last we saw. So, next episode, maybe we'll find out where they went, whose ship that is, and hopefully more about how they got separated. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, I think I covered everything for this episode. So, I will see you guys in the next video.